All right, so continuing with week two, the other main thing we're looking at is the essay, the argument essay. This is a standard argument essay, and let's go ahead and take a look at the prompt. And we'll come back and we'll look at the readings here. All right, so let's scroll down here to week two argumentation. Okay, so everything for points, sorry, aside from the proposed letter, which is under week one, is here. You have the rough draft for essay 2, a research activity for essay 2, and the prompt. Now, if you do the research activity, you're going to have all the research you'll need to certainly to write a very outstanding introductory paragraph for this essay. So I need to change it. It's not the essay 1, this one. So sorry, for essay 2, argumentation. It's usually essay 2. I made a change last semester. All right, so let's see. Essay 2. In commemoration of Peter Singer's controversial The Singer Solution to World Poverty, the magazine has invited you, as an up-and-coming expert in the field, to update their readers on the issue of world poverty. You want to construct an original argument about the solving or reducing of world poverty while analyzing and providing a close reading of the Singer and Hardin essays. The Singer essay being The Singer Solution to World Poverty, the Hardin essay being Lifeboat Ethics. Update your readers on how dire is the situation of poverty. Can world poverty be solved or stymied? You want to focus on one of the two articles, and in the counter argument, bring up part of the other article. For instance, if your essay focuses on bouncing ideas off of Singer's article, your counter argument is going to address an idea from the Hardin piece. You want to make and support a claim that addresses world poverty. Avoid theses or sentences like, this person or that person is right and their ideas are valid. We want to hear your unique solution and perspective, perhaps by resolving the differences and modifying the claims made by Singer and Hardin into a single sensible charitable philosophy that is suitable for all. That would be the goal. The style is Rogerian. What that means is this is all about compromise. This is all about finding compromise between two different perspectives. Gives you the basics there. 4 pieces at least. You probably end up using more, but you're going to want at least one quote in each body paragraph, probably 2 in the counter argument, and then you need some introductory information to help set up the essay. Like I said, if you do the research activity, it's all like you'll have a great introduction because you'll have all the information that you could possibly need. That's why that's there. It's kind of like a template. I would make sure to use it. All right, so let's take a look. This is the all assignments, all readings page. So see, we're looking at essay 2. Yes, we have 2 discussion questions this week. And for the readings, you're going to want to focus on these first 2. You might even say the first 3, but let's just say focus on these first 2, because basically, in a nutshell, the essay is read Singer's Solution to World Poverty, read Hardin's Lifeboat Ethics, combine and recombine ideas of theirs that you like and argue against things that you don't like. But you might as well take some ideas of your body paragraphs and what you might write about from those essays. Think about one of the potential ideas is the idea of utilitarianism, which is why this third reading here is so important as well. It gives you a brief introduction to Singer's perspective. He identifies himself as a utilitarian. It would be very easy to write a paragraph on that. Does that work? Would that work in all countries? Because he's kind of suggesting that it would. And there's some other readings there that are useful as well, but probably nothing quite as useful as those first three. All right, a few minutes. All right, so let's take a look at an essay here. This is a sample of this essay. Now that doesn't look as good. And what you see here is that this student chose a particular direction on this piece. So one good thing to note as you're breaking this essay down and you're getting started on it is that you can look at it from the perspective that Singer and Hardin are talking about it, which is world. How do we solve world poverty? You can focus on a particular continent. The student focused on Africa. I'm wondering if there was a particular nation. Okay, so the continent. That seems a bit broad, but okay, right? You can talk about a continent, a nation, a state, a city. There are many levels to this, and it just depends on what you want to do, right? Do you want to write about world poverty? That's a huge issue, right? Would you feel more comfortable and have more to say writing about a particular country, a particular state, a particular city? Uh, Note where we live. Long Beach is, you'll see in the Intro to Poverty lecture, guilty of this as well. But like LA, if we want to look at the broader area, we're number one in poverty in the state. That's terrible. We have the worst situation. How can we help these people? How can we help people? Right. But there are various levels that you can take on this paper. All right, so we've covered that. Let's take a little bit. Oh, actually, before we get into that. All right, so where would you find the information that you're going to need in this essay? Read the Singer solution, read Hardin's Lifeboat Ethics, read the history of utilitarianism. After that, go to your homepage, go to academics, go to library, go to search for articles, databases A to Z, click on O for opposing viewpoints, and you'll see some of the reasons why this is such a great database. It'll take just a second to load here. All right, so it gives us a little overview of the issue. Obviously, we can advanced search this, we can narrow this down, but let's see what's here, right? We have academic journals numbering in the hundreds. We've got audio files, websites, infographics on poverty, primary sources. There's just a variety of resources that this database provides, so feel free to use it. There's just so much available to you with this website. So say you found this here: percent of children living below the poverty threshold in 2017, yet 16 to 20% of people in California. Looks like actually 18% is the number here. And say you want to cite that. Great, go right here, cite it, copy, paste. Make sure it is in the right format is in MLA, so that's good. We can just copy and paste that, but do double check the format before you just copy and paste it. In this case, it is correct. We could just copy and paste it, but always double check before you do that. And like for this essay, what I need to find, like I would like to find some solid statistical information. So infographics, statistics, these are places that I'm going to look early and often. And let's take a look at the essay itself, right? So in a good argument essay, of course, you need to have a solid hook. You need to have a well-developed introduction that introduces us to the poverty issues in this particular area that you're focusing on. And I think we can safely say that while this is an outstanding introduction in terms of the development and even the personal kind of she doesn't use it as a hook, but you see the personal narrative kind of serving the purpose of a hook in a sense. There's not enough introduction about poverty in Africa. That's just is what it is. I don't see any. Yeah, that's not good. Usually you want to see several pieces of information there. Okay, here we go. We're getting into this is yeah, I thought she okay, so she does focus on Nigeria. That makes more sense. I don't know, does she do that throughout? Or that's just an example. Yeah, that's more just an example. Okay. All right, so we have some introduction to poverty in Nigeria. This is good. This is good information. I would probably put this a little earlier, but the way this paragraph is put together, nice. Actually, very nice. Poor. Okay, so she talks about an issue right off the bat. We're talking about poor socio-political management of countries. Brings in a quote from Singer. Follows that up with statistical evidence to back what she's saying and where she wants to go with it. This is actually a really, I'll say, like a nearly perfect body paragraph. This is outstanding, right? You got a concept, or it's actually a claim, right, which is a good topic sentence. Evidence from the Singer essay, evidence from an outside source to balance it out to support what you want to say. It's very nice. Another issue is corruption. Those seem related. Is the only my like hesitation, but okay. It seems very related to the topic of the last paragraph. And this is a good body paragraph, not quite as perfectly developed as the last one. It could use a quote from Singer or Hardin to go before this quote here. Their analytical points are fine. Insufficient education, and this as a paragraph, there's just not enough. There's not enough evidence, but it's a good idea. Lack of infrastructure. At the beginnings of a good paragraph there, but it's a bit brief, right? So I'd say this one here that we looked at earlier is probably the best example because you've got claim, you've got evidence from Singer or Hardin, you've got evidence from a secondary source like you might find through opposing viewpoints. The student analyzes it, could maybe do a little bit more there, and wrap it up nicely. That's a good body paragraph. And so if this student, just say for example, focused on, Singer and Singer this, I'm not saying that they do that in this case. I'm just saying if they did this, probably the last body paragraph would be the opportunity to bring up the other article. So do make sure to do that there. And of course, as in any argumentative piece, you want to have a solid works cited where you have Hardin, you have Singer, and you have your outside sources there as well. All right, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions on how to write the argument essay. I will probably tomorrow, I don't think I'm getting to it today, but probably tomorrow I'm going to revise the essay writing lecture as well and put that one up here. Thank you.